3 weeks from the end of November last year, we were fortunate enough to be able to participate in a cultural and educational exchange with the University of Jember and saw us travel to both East Java and Bali. Our placement involved thorough discussion and comparisons of the legal environment of Australia and Indonesia and the investigation of sustainable land use practices in Indonesia. In particular, we focused on illegal logging in Java and the water crisis in Bali. What was perhaps the most valuable part of our exchange, however, was the intercultural interaction that we were able to have. Throughout our placement, we met with people from many different walks of life, including students, lecturers, farmers, bus drivers, and more who came from various regions and various religions. They all shared their unique perspective of the highs and lows of Indonesian culture, laws, and everyday living.
More profound, however, were the interactions and friendships we formed with the students from Jember University. Through our daily discussions and shared activities, we gained a valuable insight into the legal system of Indonesia and how it impacts every aspect of their lives. Many of our discussions focused on what they perceived the main causes of the environmental issues to be, as well as conferring about possible solutions. What many of us found truly valuable, though, were our discussions on the comparisons between our two countries, particularly how we found that students from each country would deal with the issues in different ways.
In doing so, our intercultural capabilities were improved significantly from before the trip. On reflection, the main capabilities that we appreciated included gaining an awareness and understanding of Indonesian culture and traditions, as well as understanding differing worldviews, for example, on issues such as administrative corruption, narcotics, and also other more controversial topics. During our placement, our ability to adapt to varying intercultural communication and learning styles was also tested and developed, as we worked closely in groups with the Indonesian students to research, collate, and present our findings on a number of topics related to the environmental issues. We were also fortunate enough to be exposed to some more real-world experiences related to the illegal logging in Java and the water crisis in Bali. We did this through meeting with Indonesian NGOs, including WALHI International and Conservation International, and engaging in discussions about the issues.
Moreover, we found an even greater benefit from engaging in conversation with people of the local communities. By visiting locations such as Pengelipuran Village, Jatilui, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and Green School, we gained an amazing appreciation for the efforts local community groups are making to improve their environmental position. In Bali specifically, we were able to visit a rice field and talk to farmers who will be drastically affected should the water in Bali run out, as it's expected to. These experiences were enlightening and helpful, as we were able to gauge the issues for ourselves rather than simply reading them in articles or hearing them in lectures. It has consequently not only allowed us to gain an insight into differing global perspectives, but also into the rule of law in both Australia and Indonesia, and the role it plays. This was furthered by our session with IALF, which informed us of the economic, political, and social implications of each environmental issue.
The skills that we have learned during this trip by engaging with the Indonesian community will be valuable tools that will transcend into both our daily lives and into the workforce. We now have an understanding of cross-cultural communication and how to deal with cultural uncertainty. This exchange benefited both sets of students, providing a globalized view of contemporary legal issues that are pertinent to the success of Indonesia in all areas. It also sparked many interesting views and perspectives which expanded our cultural mind maps. As law students, cross-cultural lawyering is extremely pertinent and relevant to our professional identities as the world becomes more globalized by the day. We now have the requisite ability to engage with a wider variety of clients in a way which is culturally sensitive. This can create more meaningful legal practices and allow us to effectively communicate our information to a diverse range of clients, regardless of their background. Overall, our placement experience was incredibly beneficial, and we are all incredibly grateful for the experiences we've had, the places we've been, and the people we've met. We would highly recommend undertaking an international law placement for all students, as it is a valuable lifelong mental asset. We'd like to thank Jember University for making us feel so welcome, and Sampai Waktu Berikutnya.